Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, सादर प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा।
यदाक्षयश्चरितान्ध्यायम्
चरितान्ध्यायन्
कर्मणि अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्मणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
अति कर्मणि अविद्यायाम् अन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
यदाक्षयश्चरितान्ध्यायन्
साक्षैश्चरितान्ध्यायन्
कर्मणि अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्मणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
अति कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
अन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
यदाक्षयचरितान्ध्यायम्
चरितान्ध्यायन्
कर्माणि अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्माणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
तति कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
अन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
अक्षयचरितान्ध्यायन्
यदा चरिताध्यायन्
अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्मणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
तति कर्मणि अविद्यायाम् कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
अक्षयचरितान्ध्यायन्
यदा चरिताध्यायन्
कर्माणि अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्माणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
तति कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
अन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
अक्षयचरितान्ध्यायम्
यदा चरिताध्यायन्
क्षयचरितान्ध्यायन्
यदा चरिताध्यायन्
अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्माणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि विद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
अक्षयचरितान्ध्यायन्
यदा चरिताध्यायन्
कर्माणि अचिनुते असकृत्
कर्माणि अचिन्त्य असकृत्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
कर्मणि अविद्यायाम्
अन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
बन्धः कर्मणि अनात्मनः
चरितायन
कर्मण्यचिनुते सति कर्मण्य अविद्यायाम् बन्धः कर्मण्य अनात्मनः यदाक्षयचरितान्धान कर्मण्यचिनुते सकृत् सति कर्मण्यविद्यायाम् बन्धः कर्मण्य अनात्मनः यदीक्षयचिरतान्ध्यान कर्मण्य अचिन्त्य सकृत् सति कर्मण्य विद्यायाम् बन्धः कर्मण्य अनात्मनः यदाक्षिष्यचरितान्यान् कर्मण्य चिनुते सकृत् सति कर्मण्य विद्यायां कर्मण्यानात्मना
Yes, online, anybody wants to chant?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। यदाक्षेषिश्चरितं ध्यायां कर्माणि अश्नुते सकृत् सति कर्माणि अविद्यायां बंधः कर्मणि अनात्मनः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। अदास्ते चरिताध्यायान् कर्मणा अचिनुते अस्वीकृत सती कर्मण्य विद्याया बंधा अकर्मण्य अनात्मना। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। जदाख्ये चरितं ध्यायन् कर्माणि अचिनुते असकृत् सति कर्माणि अविद्यायन् बन्ध कर्माणि अनात्मनः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, प्रणाम प्रभु।
Done.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। यदाक्षेश्चरितान् ध्यायन् कर्मण्यचिनुते असकृत् सति कर्मण्य अविद्यायं बन्धकर्माण्यनन्तमनः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Thank you. We continue. Yada, when, Akshay, by the senses, Charitan, pleasures enjoyed, Dhyayan, thinking of, Karmani, activities, Achinute, performs, Asakrit, always, Sati Karmani, when material affairs continue, Avidyayam, under illusion, Bandhaha, bondage, Karmani, inactivity, Anatmanaha, of the material body. As long as we desire to enjoy sense gratification, we create material activities. When the living entity acts in the material field, he enjoys the senses. And while enjoying the senses, he creates another series of material activities. In this way, the living entity becomes entrapped as a conditioned soul. As long as we desire to enjoy sense gratification, we create material activities. When the living entity
When the
acts in
living
the
entity
material field,
acts in
he
the material
enjoys the
field,
senses, and while enjoying the senses, he creates another series of material activities. In this way, the living entity becomes entrapped
The living
as a
entity
conditioned
becomes
soul.
trapped as a conditioned soul. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. While in the subtle body we create many plans to enjoy sense gratification, these plans are recorded in the spool of one's mind as bija, the root of fruitive activities. In conditional life, the living entity creates a series of bodies one after another, and this is called karma bandhana. As explained in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yagnartat karmano anyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha. If we act only for the satisfaction of Vishnu, there is no bondage due to material activity. But if we act otherwise, we become entrapped by one material activity after another. Under these circumstances, it is to be supposed that by thinking, feeling, and willing, we are creating a series of future material bodies. In the words of Bhaktivinoda Thakura, अनादि कर्म फले पड़ी भवार्णवा जले. The living entity falls in the ocean of karma bandhana as a result of past material activities. Instead of plunging oneself into the ocean of material activity, one should accept material activity only to maintain body and soul together. The rest of one's time should be devoted in engaging into the transcendental loving service of the Lord. In this way, one can attain relief from the reactions of the material activity. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatu Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We can hear one more shloka. Atastat apavadartham
अतस्तत्
Bhaja
अपवादार्थं
sarvatmana harim
भज सर्वात्मना हरिं
Pashyam stat atmakam vishwam
पश्यं तदात्मकं विश्वं
Vyaya yataha.
प्रिय उपत्पतये अपय.
You should always know that the cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Consequently, everything within the cosmic manifestation is under the control of the Lord. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Self-realization, understanding oneself as Brahman or spirit soul is very difficult in the material condition. However, if we accept the devotional service of the Lord will gradually reveal himself. In this way, the progressive devotee will gradually realize his spiritual position. We cannot see anything in the darkness of night, not even our own selves. But when there is sunshine, we can see not only the sun but everything within this world as well. Lord Krishna explains in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita 7.1, Maya sakta mana partha yogam yunjanmadashrayah asamshayam samagram mam yatagnasyasi tachrunu. Now hear, O son of Pratarjuna, how by practicing yoga in full conscious of me, the mind attached to me, you can know me in full free of doubt. When we engage ourselves in the devotional service of the Lord to become Krishna conscious, we understand not only Krishna but everything related to Krishna. In other words, through Krishna consciousness, we can understand not only Krishna and the cosmic manifestation, but also our constitutional position. In Krishna consciousness, we can understand that the entire material creation is created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, maintained by Him, annihilated by Him, and absorbed in Him. We are also part and parcel of the Lord. Everything is under the control of the Lord, and therefore, our only duty is to surrender unto the Supreme and engage in His transcendental loving service. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashatu Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Atastat apavadartham
अतस्तत् अपवादार्थं
sarvatmana harim
भज सर्वात्मना हरिं
pashyam tat atmakam vishwam
पश्यं तदात्मकं विश्वं
vyaya yataha.
ते उत्पत्तया यतः.
Should always know that the cosmic manifestation is created, maintained, and annihilated by the will of the Supreme Personality Godhead. Consequently, everything within the cosmic manifestations under the control of the Lord. To be enlightened by this perfect knowledge, one should always engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Now here the meditation is Yagnartharth Karmano Anyatra Loko Ayam Karma Bandhanaha. It's a very famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada makes a very strong statement. He said, if anything is done which is not for the pleasure of the Lord, that is the sign of our revolt. It's like if you have a servant, you give him some work and he keeps the work aside and is busy with his own personal thing, you will get irritated. Simple. In the same way, a really introspective person is, whatever he is doing, is just doing for the Lord's pleasure. So this is a challenge actually. And there will be two kind of people in this. One kind of person will be, in the name of service to the Lord, he will do every kind of sense enjoyment. And another person will be, he will be very, very introspective, that actually is there any tinge of personal enjoyment in this service to the Lord. It's not easy to understand the deep concept. See, at the end of the day, we cannot cheat Krishna. We can cheat this world. We can say, I am a devotee. Whatever I am doing for this is for the service of the Lord. And whatever I do, it is dovetailed for the pleasure of the Lord. And I am a devotee. But actually, devotee means what? Devotee means we have taken the path of bhakti. There are different paths people take. Krishna recommends in the Bhagavad Gita, Yoginam, yes, what is the shloka?
योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गते
अन्तरात्मनां श्रद्धावान्
श्रद्धावान्
भजते
लभते
यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः.
Very good. Anybody else?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनन्तरात्मनां श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः. Hare Krishna.
So, actually what happens is that many people feel we can accept any path we like. We can take the path of karma yoga, we can take the path of jnana yoga, we can take so this yoga and that yoga. But actually, path is one, but different paths, what we generally know, are going to different extent. If you are a good karmi, maximum you can achieve heaven. You are doing punya. If you are a good jnani, maximum you can achieve is Brahman. You can get liberated from the world. And if you are a good yogi, maximum you can achieve a darshan of the Lord, that's it. But only devotee can enter into the Lord's planet and engage in service to the Lord. Say, suppose you have understood, I should not do sinful activities, then there is no need for the king to keep you in the jail. But if there is a problem, you do not want to be part of the city because you still have not developed respect for the king. Such a person will sit on the boundary of the jail. He doesn't want to be inside the jail, and he can be allowed to be outside the rules of the jail. But he has no inclination to do service to the Lord, so where he'll end up? In the top of the boundary. He'll sit on the boundary looking what to do. You don't know where to go. And then finally, sitting alone, you get bored. And getting bored, you jump back to the jail and engage in the activities of the jail. Yes, what is the shloka for this? Ye Arvindaksha. क्या हो गया भाई? ये अरविंदाक्ष विमुक्त मानिनहा त्वयि अष्टभावाद विशुद्ध बुद्धये. आरूह्य कृच्छेन परम पदम ततः patanti anata yusmat angreya. Look at the shloka.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. It is in 10.2.32 Bhagavatam. Yeah.
Yes.
Ye anye aravindaksha vimukta maninas tvayasta bhavat avishuddha buddhayah aruhya krichrena param padam tatah patantyado anadratha yusmat anigrahaya. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very nice, very nice. Take care. So, ye arvindaksha vimukti maninaha. So, everybody thinks he is liberated from the word. They're saying these people, Tvai ashtabhavat avishuddha buddhaya, but still their heart is not pure. So, we cannot reach the Lord with impure heart. Therefore, a devotee is very, very introspective. Tvai ashtabhavat avishuddha buddhaya aruhya krichena, because heart is not pure. He is imagining he is liberated. Aruhya krichena param padam tata patanti anata yusmatangraya. Because he neglected to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though he gets so-called liberated from the world, he falls down. Patanti, he falls down back to the jail. From the wall, he jumps down to the jail and engages in. Therefore, we see so many Swamis and all. They engage in social welfare activities in the world, and we don't find in them even understanding of God or devotion service to God. That doesn't exist. But they are busy, actually they are busy in material activities of the jail. Aruya krichena param. So, a real devotee means he is very, very introspective whether what I am doing is for the pleasure of the Lord. How many examples we have of this? Person is introspective.
Amrish Maharaj Prabhuji.
But how is he introspective?
Because he was starting his day by smelling the tulsi dal and the flowers which was offered in the lotus feet of Krishna. He was doing that regularly.
No, but specifically, explicitly somebody is trying to find out what activity I should do, whether this activity is for the pleasure of the Lord.
Srila Prabhupada.
Srila
Prabhupada.
Where?
He went to America and he didn't know what he was doing right or wrong, but all he knew was he was following the orders of his Guru Maharaj and he was constantly meditating upon that.
Okay, but I'm just saying, the person is inquiring, trying to know exactly whether this activity is right or wrong.
Arjuna.
Hare Krishna, Arjuna in the Kurukshetra.
Arjuna, no, obviously in Bhagavad Gita. He's trying, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, in the first chapter, whether this will be sinful activity. Anybody knows what the shloka? Papam. We say this is pap. That shloka nobody remembers. First chapter. There are 5 reasons Arjuna does not want to fight. One of the reasons is he thinks this is going to be sinful activity. Sinful activity, how do you define sinful activity first of all? How do you define sinful activity? Shri Radha Govinda ki? Okay, how do you define something as a sinful activity?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sinful
Which harms
activities are
other
those
de-
activities which are not done for the pleasure of God.
Yes, that is sinful. See, in this world, people will not be able to understand this. The morality in this world is a big problem because it's very relative. I can say I like this activity, that is good. Somebody can say I like that activity, that is good. So morality will be controversial in this world. Anna? I like, so it's good. Shri Radha Govinda ki. Yeah. Okay? So now we coming back to the situation of Arjuna. He wants to know, Krishna, I'm going to kill all these people here. At this moment, Arjuna's morality is not absolute, it's quite relative and controversial. Just like when people see in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna killed Karna in a wrong way, many people say it's a sinful activity, becomes very controversial. Or when Lord Rama killed Bali, people become think this is controversial. Or take more areas. When Lord Rama sent Sita away, people say this is sinful activity. Anna? Or Krishna danced with the gopis who are not his wives. Sinful activity. Anna? People will say. Anything else? Where the judgment will be. Krishna broke his promise to fight in the… I will not fight in the war. He broke that promise. And actually went to fight with Bhishma. People will say it's a sinful activity. At the end of the war…
Mahabali's story.
No, take from Bhagavatam. Then we have the instance at the end of the Mahabharata war is still on. And when Ashwatthama throws the Brahmastra at Parikshit Maharaj, Krishna lifts his weapon. Actually, he had promised he will not lift a weapon. Again he broke his promise. So that is sinful activity. So if you have the Mapadanda of our own Mapadanda of Punya Papa, actually we will get confused. Yeah? Why these people are being worshipped? This Krishna and the Pandavas, they look to be also like Kauravas, involved in sinful. Just like I told you, one of my friends said, I saw Mahabharata serial. He said, yes, so what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that the Kauravas are bad, I agree, but Pandava में कोई दूध के धुले नहीं थे. वो भी गड़बड़ कर रहे थे इधर, है ना? So then we become really confused then. What is the Mapadanda? What kind of dharma I am learning from these books? Because there is there doesn't look to be even ideal example. Even Lord is involved in sinful activity sometimes. Interesting. Very interesting. Any other place where it is very controversial what is sinful activity? Yeah? Yeah, Draupadi accepted 5 people as husband. That one? Okay, yes. Looks very strange. Then anything else? Yeah.
King Vena killed by Brahmanas. Brahmins killed King Vena.
Or the Brahmanas killed King Vena, okay. Anywhere you get a dilemma, this is correct or wrong.
The way Duryodhan was killed, Prabhuji. The way Duryodhan was killed by Bhim.
Way the Duryodhana was killed by Bhim, agree. That looks to be wrong. That's sinful, no? The rules of the war was you cannot hit anybody below the belt, and Bhima hit Duryodhana. That's sinful, no, isn't it? Then?
Prabhuji, can you cite the example of Yudhishthira?
In what way? He told lie to Dronacharya?
That was also one of the things, but the major thing was that when the battle of Kurukshetra was won by the Pandavas, and when he was asked by Krishna to attain the throne, he refused to do so by giving some reasons that he has done many sins and all that, and he refused to accept that.
Very good. That is in the sense of introspection. Anna? See, a great man, they say, before speaking anything, before doing anything, thinks 10 times. Now we are coming to the other topic. You see, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita also, the war was about to begin. Arjuna said, wait a minute. Let me be clear first whether this is right or wrong, what I am doing. And one of the reasons is, he says that you didn't look at the shloka. What is the shloka? One of the reasons he looked at it, no, wait a minute. This looks to be sinful. It happened in Nepal. Somebody killed all his brothers and became the king. It happened in India during Muslim rule. Who all did that? So many of them did that. Aurangzeb did that, we all know. They killed all the brothers, even put father in the jail. I wanted the king. So he said, am I not doing something like that? So that's a gentleman person. Before doing something, before even speaking something, he thinks whether it is right or wrong. But I'm saying, okay, that's true. But at the same time, when you read the scripture, we get confused because so-called noble people, worshipable people engage sometimes in sinful activities, isn't it?
ये है क्या पापम एवाश्रये दस्मा
Okay, sing it.
पापम एवाश्रये दस्मान् हत्वैतानाततायिनः तस्मान्नार्हा वयं हन्तुं धार्तराष्ट्रान् स्वबान्धवान्. Hare Krishna.
Yes. He said, these are my cousins. Don't you think, Krishna, it will be sinful for me to kill them? What are you talking? What are you making me do? In fact, he was playing with Krishna at this time as a friend. Arisudana, you kill enemies. You don't kill your grandfather, you don't kill your teacher. You're asking me to do it. It's every word he is using very carefully, Now, what kind of they say 5,000 years ago, they were monkeys only. The monkeys are, every word they are weighing and putting, every word. Just even from an outside person, he can understand these guys are very intelligent. Because language is beautiful and every word, Arjuna addresses Krishna with a different word every time. And Krishna addresses Arjuna also by a different word every time. And there is a reason why they do that. He says, Krishna, take my chariot between the two armies. Yes, what is the shloka? Ratham Stapam.
तेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेता निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मयः योद्धव्यः अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे.
No, sing it nicely, sing it. दिल से गाओ. ये तो प्रोज हो गया, इसको पोएट्री हो गया. Bhagavad Gita. Gita means you're supposed to sing it. Yes, Sarita Mataji, do it. Sing it now.
Okay. तेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेता निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे युत्स्यमानानमेक्षेऽहं ययेतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः.
Very good. So what is Arjuna is saying? Krishna, can you take my chariot in the middle of the two armies? Senayor, Ubhayor, Madhye. Can you do? So this is what is happening. So it becomes very bewildering actually, the morality of this world, and is there an absolute morality? Because by theology, the God is good. So how can he be involved in? So it looks that there has to be an explanation. Yeah. That's why the shloka comes, Yagnarthart karmano anyatra loko ayam karma bandhanaha. Every activity has to be done for the pleasure of the Lord. That's why very strict words. If any activity you do which is not for the pleasure of the Lord, it's a sign of your revolt. What is the sign? Of your revolt against the authority of the Lord. I don't care, get lost. Like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, mana mana, think about me, correct? Just like I know that when I came to Bombay recently, so somebody gave me his car. But actually I was analyzing, that is his office car. Belongs to the bank. He gave me with the driver. at the heart of it, I knew this is unethical. This is not supposed for all the work. It is true. Now, if it is to some extent, they ignore little here and there. But if the car is given by the government for your office job, if it is dropping your friends and relatives in railway station, definitely it's wrong. What will happen? It will be taken away. So if you look in this perspective, we have been given the mind actually for only one purpose, to think about Lord. You cannot do anything else with it. But if you misuse, then be ready. The facility will be taken away. Now you have been given tongue only for one purpose, to chant the name of God. If you do something else, then it's wrong. You have been given ears to hear about the Lord, but you're doing something else, again wrong. You have been given eyes to see the beautiful form of the Lord or read His scriptures, but use it for something else. You have been, previously if you see in India, all the music was bhajans only. Even all the dances were all some pastimes of the Lord. Correct? Yeah, what is the Ambarish Maharaj shloka? Savai manaha. Savai manaha Krishna pada. Yes, start.
Savai manaha Krishna padar.
Start.
Savai manaha Krishna padar.
No, Mataji, voice is no.
Savai manaha.
My God, you're stuck there only at pada. Anybody else? Chalo, anybody, continue. Savai manaha.
Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarnane.
Yes, continue. Savai manaha Krishna padara vindayo. Gao bhai koi.
Vachamsi Vaikuntha Gunanuvarnane Karo Harer Mandir Marjanadisu Srutim Chakarpa Dvipakesu Susruvat.
Mukunda Lingala. Who's there, Baba? Aaj?
ज्ञानं च तत्पाद सरोज सौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्या रसनां तदर्पिते पादौ हरेक्षेत्रानुसर्पणे श्रीरामृषिकेश पदाभिवन्दने कामं च दास्ये न तु कामकाम्यया
Arey, what is happening? Sound is not coming properly. One person raise his hand who knows the whole thing, can sing it properly. 4 are singing together. Yes. Okay. Yes, Mataji. Okay. Others give her a chance now. Chalo, sing it nicely.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Savai, first from Prabhuji. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayor vachamsi vaikunta gunanuvarnane karau hare mandira marjanadishu shrutim chakarachyuta satkatodaye mukunda lingalaya darshane drushav tadbrutya gatra sparshe tiga sangamam granam cha tatpada saroja saurave श्रीमत् तुलस्या रसनां तदर्पिते पादौ हरे क्षेत्र पदानुसर्पणे शिरो हृषिकेश पदाभिवन्दने कामं च दास्ये न तु कामकाम्यया यथोत्तम श्लोक जनाश्रया नतिः हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Beautiful. Okay. Now look at this poetry. Every line, different name for Krishna is used. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayo. Now Krishna. So the mind, first thing most important is the mind. He fixes his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Then next one.
Vachamsi.
Yeah, Vachamsi. Now he words in glorification of the Lord. Here the name used is Vaikunta. Karor Harer Mandir Mardinadishu, the hand for cleaning the temple of the Lord. Here the word uses Hari. Then Shrutim Chakara Achyuta Satkatho there. Ears and hearing about the Lord. And now the name uses Achyuta. Then Mukunda Lingalaya Darshana Dashu. Now the word uses Mukunda. He's seeing the beautiful form of the Lord in the temple. Then next. Anyway, so we see that how beautiful this poetry is composed, and this was the life of a great king called Ambarish Maharaj, and he won the heart of the Lord of doing that. Okay, so that's what we are supposed to do. So now the problem that comes is that we have to be just like that bank. We have to be on. I think Prabhuji is there. So we have to be therefore honest. Just an example. We have to be very honest that actually whatever resources I have been given, whatever it may be. I mean, somebody may be very poor, somebody may be rich like a king, Ambarish Maharaj. Doesn't matter. Yudhishthira Maharaj was thrown into one vase. He was in a very difficult position. Then he became an opulent king. But one thing did not change. Everything was still using for the pleasure of the Lord. Sudama, he was in a very difficult position. He had hardly anything with him. But still, he could offer some chipped rice. And later Krishna changed his situation. He became an opulent person. So, bhakti is ahetuki. See, unless the mind is satisfied, nobody will follow anything. We see Dhritarashtra, he had everything. He was in a palace, born to a royal family. He had Vedavyasa, who is his real father, another great personality. He had Gandhari, very, very, a devoted wife, very beautiful and devoted wife. Everything he had. But if you want to be unhappy, you will find some reason to be unhappy. And unless somebody is content, he will not follow any rules and regulations. He will not be the dissatisfaction leads to craziness. Therefore, we see him being crazy and getting into nepotism and so much crime. Because, see, if there is dissatisfaction, we will try to find a solution for that. Correct? And we may do anything sinful to do that. And that's what Dhritarashtra does. There is some kind of dissatisfaction within his heart, even though he hasn't bestowed with everything. So one of the qualities of a gentleman is always content. He's always content and satisfied with whatever little the Lord has given. And that peace is needed. You see, Sudama was also very poor. Was he stealing? No, he was peaceful. I am doing my work as a Brahmana, but that's all dakshina I get. He was peaceful. Therefore, Patan Patan Yajana Yajana Dana Pratigraha is peacefully engaged in his activity. He is studying the scripture, he is teaching the scripture. Yajana Yajana is worshipping the Lord, engaging other people in the activities of the Lord. He is accepting in charity, and if he gets more than what he actually needs for his maintenance, he distributes it. So it's quite difficult. The life of, as Sudama was giving an example, very difficult. So what do we do there? So therefore we need a kind of an honesty. And then we can understand what is real morality. Just like Arjuna, when he wanted to, in Bhagavad Gita end, what does Krishna says? Sarvadharmana, who knows this shloka?
Sarvadharman paritejya sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha.
Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami shuchaha.
धर्मान्तरित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Sarvadharmana parityaja. So where Krishna is saying dharma parityaja, he is not saying sarva adharman parityaja. He didn't say that. He says sarva dharman parityaja. Because Arjuna was talking about dharma only. He is a noble person. He was not talking about adharma, I want to do some adharma. No. He was saying, in my duties to my family, how can I kill my grandfather? In my duties as a student, how can I challenge my own guru? Correct? And now it happens in the battlefield when he is facing Karna. He says, in my duty as a Kshatriya, I don't know how can I kill him now. Because Kshatriya Dharma doesn't allow this. To kill an unarmed person. No. Sometimes we see that somebody is unarmed, they say, you also have a weapon, let us fight. But I cannot kill you, you are unarmed now. And Karna was reminding Arjuna, Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya, please do not do the sin of killing me, now I am busy with something. So what does Krishna say? He says, kill him. So what does Arjuna do? Sarva dharman parityajya. Why? Because the principle of dharma is, see, the morality becomes absolute when it is connected to spirituality. Therefore, many times when I used to teach in college, so I used to teach spirituality. So sometimes the college, somebody may object, Swamiji, you said you will teach human values, but you're teaching spirituality. Now how can I teach absolute morality without spirituality? Correct? Just like you're driving a car. If the destination is not fixed, then nothing is good and nothing is bad. Correct? In life, if you have a mission of life, then something is good, something is bad. If there is no mission in life, then nothing is good, nothing is bad. It will just be my ephemeral pleasure. I like it, therefore it is. So, in this way, suppose somebody says, I like drugs. Now how do you convince him this is bad? It is against any mission, noble mission of individual or of the society. So now what is happening? Narada is talking to King Prachina Barishad or Barishman, who is engaged in aimless punya in this world. He is doing a lot of punya, doing a lot of yagnas, lot of charities, doing like that. So Narad Muni is enlightening him about the spiritual life and bringing him to the platform where he can understand that actually he has to begin devotional service. We had this at the end of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita ends with the shloka Sarva Dharman Parityaja. We discussed there are how many? 6 varieties of dharmas. Anybody remembers? What are they? Vidharma. Yeah, start.
Upadharma.
Upadharma. Okay, Upadharma means so-called pious activities, just like Bharat Maharaj was doing, but there is no connection for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay, yes, then?
Phala dharma.
Dharma, sinful activities. Then?
Kaitava dharma.
All of them are in the list of Kaitava. Okay, then? Paradharma, others activities. Yes, then? Dharma bhas, which almost looks like chala dharma. Dharma bhas is just like, looks like that, but it is not that. Just like if I may dress as a brahmachari, but actually I'm not a brahmachari. We are giving a shadow. Abhas means shadow. Then chala dharma, we are cheating. We are saying Gita says that, Gita never says that. Correct. See, I have an idea. If I tell that idea to the world, nobody will listen. So what I do, I take a Bhagavad Gita and write there. So I am actually cheating people, because that's not what Krishna wants to say, but I am putting my own ideas and using somebody's book for that. So when Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, he refers to all the Chala Dharmas and Kaitava Dharmas. Mamekam Sharanam Raja. So that dharma is retained. That is called Paro Dharma. Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma. Who knows the shloka?
Shave Pumsa Paro Dharma Yato Bhakti Adokshate Ahetuki Apratihata
सुप्रसीदति.
One person, no, I can't hear anyone. Chalo.
स वै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसीदति.
Very nice. Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma. So here, Bhagavatam in the beginning, second canto, first canto, second chapter, seventh verse. Savai Pumsa Paro Dharma. That is the supreme dharma, real dharma, Yata Bhakti Adhokshaje. That actually gives devotion to the Supreme Lord. Ahetuki. What is the nature of this dharma? It should not have a cause. See, we should not do service with a cause. Then that's not service, that's business. Suppose somebody says, hey, how are you? And all after, says, can you give me a loan? And that's not friendship, it is cheating. Ahetuki, apratihata, without any break. So we should try to come to this platform in our life. We know we should serve the Lord, but then we don't have any personal selfish motive when you are serving the Lord. I'm serving just for Krishna's pleasure. I don't have to make a short circuit. Krishna will take care. Ahituki, apratihata, without any break. Now such kind of service if somebody does to you, you will be purchased by that person. Suppose somebody is there like that. So the great devotees, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Bhaktya mama vijanati. Only by devotion we can purchase me. What is the shloka for that in Brahma Samhita? That panthasta koti sadavassara sampragamya. Yes, anybody knows this?
पन्थास्तु कोटिशतवत्सरसम्प्रगम्यो वायोरथापि मनसो मुनिपुङ्गवानां सोऽप्यस्ति यत्प्रपदसिं न विचिन्ततत्त्वे गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
This is what a composition this is. Right? So, panthasta koti, he said for crores of years you can go and try to understand the Lord with any kind of airship, mindship. Vayo rathapi manuso. Vayo means airship. And mindship, because just understand, the mind is here, now you can think about Delhi. So that is, mind can even travel faster. Vayo rathapi manuso munipungavana. But still, Lord will be not understood. Avichinta tattve, Govinda Madi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. So very difficult to understand the Lord. It's not easy to understand the Lord. Therefore, it is said, Adullabam, Dullabam Atma Bhakto. What is the shloka?
अद्वैतमच्युतमनन्त अनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
We are having kind of antakshari, no? So beautiful. You sang so sweetly. So Govinda Adullabam Atma Bhakta, he is very easily, Dullabha is very difficult. Vedeshu Dullabha. Just by academic study of the Vedas, you cannot understand the Lord. But Adullabha Atma Bhakta, very easily understood by a devotee. Krishna reveals himself. What is the shloka that we cannot understand Lord by the gross senses? Athapit. What is the shloka? We cannot understand Lord by our gross senses.
Atha Shri Krishna Namadin na bhave grahyam indriye seunmukhe hi jivado swayam eva spuratyata.
Atha Shri Krishna Namadi. So what happens actually, at the present moment it is very difficult for me to perceive God by my gross senses. It is not possible. Okay? Na bhaved graham indriye, by my gross senses. But sevon mukhe jiva, though, see what is happening now. When you chant Hare Krishna, and you keep chanting Hare Krishna, that is the first thing. you can understand after some time this vibration is not material. That is your first contact with spirituality. Okay? You see the darshan of the Lord. It's also, they know it is available in Jaipur, there's marble statues, Anna. But when we are installing and worshipping the Lord, we know this form is not material. These are all anubhava. When scripture is there, Bhagavad Gita, it's also ink and paper only, no? What is so sacred? Why we keep it on a platform? We respect it. Yeah, you start reading, you'll find this book is also not material. This vibration is spiritual. Then, प्रसादम क्या है प्रसाद? इतना मुश्किल से इधर उधर से प्रसाद लेके जाते हैं, कहीं मंदिर जाते हैं, प्रसाद लाए क्या पूछते हैं ना? It's also calories, food and grain. Why we give so much value? It is not material, it is spiritual. So, atha shikasha namadi na bhavet grahim indriye. By gross senses, you cannot figure out the difference. It looks same. Seva mukhe jivado. But when you, with respect, seva, when you start service attitude, swayameva spurati ada, it reveals itself. Just like when you're chanting Hare Krishna, we try in the beginning, our seva is to hear attentively, but when we chant with respect and attention, the holy name reveals itself. Correct? Attention is the only thing, respect. So similarly, you look at the deities. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath temple, he looked at the deities and he became unconscious, fell down unconscious. We are also seeing every day, when Jagannath is here, but nothing is happening. How many people are falling unconscious? Same effect, nothing is happening. Even Kirtan, some people, who knows the shloka, Nivrta Tarshai. Nivrta Tarshai Upagiya Mana Bhava, bhai, chalo,
निर्वित्ततर्षैरुपगीयमानात् भव औषधस्तोत्रमनोभिरामात् क उत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादात् पुमन् विरच्येत वीणपशुघ्नात्.
Beautiful. Anybody else want to sing this shloka? Clearly, Nivrta Tarshai. Chalo, sing.
तत्तर्षेर् उपगीयमानात् भवासुदाक्षरोत्र मनोभिरामात् का उत्तमश्लोकगुणानुवादात् पुमान् विराज्येत विना पशुघ्नात्.
Beautiful. So, never the Tarsha Yopagi Mana, if there are four people are having different reaction to the same chanting. Nivritta, Trishna is not there. In somebody's heart, if there is no thirst for sense enjoyment, when he hears the holy name of the Lord, he becomes mad in happiness, ecstatic. Why is it that we are not ecstatic? Because it is next reason. Then some people, it acts like medicine, like we are in the stage, we're chanting, gradually like a medicine it is acting. But some people cannot do sadhana, so then it acts like Shota Mano Virama. So nice. So we have festival, Janmashtami. Now we are having Nityananda Trayodashi. What is happening? So many people come. Oh, very nice, very nice. They are not nice people, they are appreciating and they find it very good happiness, but they are not serious enough to do sadhana. And beyond that is the person who has no Trishna. So one person, it is ecstatic, same person. One person, it is purifying as a medicine. One person, it is nice, good. Then, Kautama Shloka Vugnanu Vanan. What is the last line?
पुमन् विरच्येत विना पशुघ्नात्.
Pashugna. But Pashugna means somebody is committing suicide. For him it is irritation. Kya hai ye? Band karo. But same chanting. So, we have the example of in Mohini Murti. Now she was giving nectar to the Devatas and to the Danavas she neglected. Correct? Both were sitting. So similarly, holy name, acharyas, the deities, the prasadam, to the people who go in a service attitude, it reveals its nectar. It's a mystery. Therefore, it's a mystery. It will remain a mystery. Like Bhagavad Gita was heard by Dhritarashtra also. He was the one who began the Bhagavad Gita. What is the shloka? First shloka of Gita.
Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya.
But so that means he heard every word. He could not understand any word of Gita. He never understood. What happened? And it is said, Sanjaya, what happened to Sanjaya at the end of the Bhagavad Gita? Anybody knows the shloka when Sanjaya is in ecstasy? Anybody knows the shloka? He is in ecstasy.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhananjaya, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti, Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Beautiful. Anybody else?
यत्र
यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्ण यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धर तत्र श्रीविजयो भूति ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम.
So he is in ecstasy. Oh, Mr. Dhritarashtra, this war is over. Wherever there is Krishna, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, where there is Arjuna, Tatra Shri. At that place there will be opulence, Vijaya, victory, Dhruva, Niti, morality, everything is there. I'm sorry, your son lost the war. He indirectly says, before the war began, he says, this war is over. So, he is in ecstasy. In fact, the previous verse says, Sanjaya says, I am in ecstasy. So Sanjaya was in ecstasy. Arjuna surrendered her lotus feet to the Lord. Karishe vachanam ta, I'll just do what you say. And Dhritarashtra was saying, what happened? What happened? So it's actually a mystery. We cannot say, see, can we say, you bring Krishna here, then I will accept. Is he your servant or what? Correct? We give this example. We can say, I don't accept the Mangalore city as the mayor. He has to come now in front of me, then I'll accept. Now, is he your servant or what? Why is he going to come? So, a small person we cannot force. Okay? So, how we can force the Supreme Lord to come? Okay, na? He's going to switch it on only. He's thinking his convenience. I should not switch it on before that. So, the more we develop service spirit, somebody was there, he's eating prasadam. He knows prasadam is mercy. So he became very fat. He said, why? Prasadam, no, I am having more. No, you have little prasadam, but with more service attitude. Then it will produce effect. So we have the elements of Krishna consciousness. Today I am not able to see the Lord by my own limitation, but Krishna has manifested himself in front of me in these elements. The holy name, the deities, the scriptures, the prasadam, the saints, and that's the difference between a bhakta and a normal spiritualist. A bhakta takes help of all this. Vedeshu dullabham. Without that, even you study the Shastra 1,000,000 times, no use. You will not understand it. Panthas to koti sadavasara. You may for crores of years try to explore what is God. You will not be able to understand. Bahunama janmanamante. Yeah.
Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha.
Very good, very nice. Bahuna means many, many words. I'm exploring what is the truth, what is the truth. Jnanavan ma prapadyante. Krishna says you will come to the conclusion. You will accept me. And then what will you declare? Vasudeva sarvamiti. Krishna is everything. Samahatma sudurlabha. Such a great soul is very rare. So just imagine, why not we accept it immediately? Why you want to wait for millions of births to accept Krishna? So you will say, I don't have the faith. Okay, theoretically I understand, but I don't have that faith. Faith is everywhere, sir. Somebody was talking recently, why I have to have faith? Faith is everywhere. You are now sitting on a train, you have faith, it will reach the destination. Without faith, we are not working. I am eating food, it will help me. Hai na? We are moving with faith in every field of walks of life, in every field of knowledge. Generally perception of society is science is knowledge and religion is faith. I never heard bigger stupidity in my life. Everything is faith. Faith is everywhere. We are moving with faith. Okay. But faith should not be blind. That's all. Faith should be practical. When I apply faith, I should get my result. And then the faith is reinforced. Therefore, in Krishna conscious movement, all we tell people, start chanting Hare Krishna. In the beginning, it's not with much devotion or respect, but start chanting. It gives the effect back, and then person proceeds. Correct? Faith is reinforced. Just like many people, they get cheated like that. They say that finance like that. They start some microfinance or something, you invest 100 rupees, within 6 months I'll give you 200. Then next time he brings 10 lakhs and that person runs away with the 10 lakh rupees. That's happened. But it's not, this business is not so cheating. We invest our faith. Faith is there, but it's not blind. It is confirmed by the scriptures. It is confirmed by the great acharyas who personally applied that faith and achieved perfection. So based, we used to read a book when we were children, Competition Success Review. बहुत पढ़ते थे उसको यार. So similarly, the very Bhagavatam is Competition Success Review. We have Prahlad Maharaj who invested his faith in the Lord. The Lord appeared in front of him. It's recorded. We have Dhruva Maharaj again. So we have so many people who could personally get the darshan of the Lord, and they give their success, their interviews there. Just somebody gets an IS seat, even what kind of color or dress he wears, people wear that dress also. They go to extreme. He was successful, what he ate, they do that also. So they copy his whole lifestyle. So similarly, we get inspired by these great acharyas, and their life is so dedicated, and we feel inspired. In fact, when I was in my college, I read the Prabhupada prayer on a cargo ship. And I was a normal materialist at that time, more or less atheistic. But I could wonder that how could somebody offer such a prayer to the Lord? It's a very touching prayer. Before he lands in America, when he sees the coast of America, he offers a prayer of surrender to the Lord. My Lord, you have brought me here. You make me dance the way you want to make me dance. I do not know why you brought me to this place. This looks a wretched place, because he could see the sinful activities. I do not know whether they look so happy. He's saying that. Why they will be at all interested in this message of Bhagavatam which I want to give them. But you are supreme mystical. You can make anything happen. And I am offering myself at your lotus feet. Use me the way you want to use me. When I read that prayer, it's a very touching, long prayer. Who anybody knows this prayer? Can anybody can sing that?
Guru Kripa.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji, I know.
Yeah, sing. Kantastha, huh?
Yeah, now Kantastha, I don't know, Prabhuji. It's too lengthy, Prabhuji.
Okay, sing what line you know Kantastha, huh? One para is enough.
Guru Kripa Hoile Krishna Dhamira Prati Ilagiya Nileheta Koro Ye Begati Guru Kripa Hoile Krishna. Next to confusion, Prabhuji, little bit.
Hey, so make it Kantastha, no? In fact, I remember when I used to go to the distribution of books on the train, and in my heart I used to repeat that prayer on the essence of the meaning. It's hopeless situation. Everybody will be sleeping. And I was thinking, anybody will be interested to buy the Gita? I think better get down. Because the train only two activities happen, eating and sleeping. So will they be interested? And then you start, then many people say, yes, I think I will have a look at it. So it's actually a hopeless condition, okay? But we offer ourselves to the Lord, then we can do some service. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna everybody.
Hare Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna
Thank you,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Pranam.
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji. Hare
thank
Rama.
you.
Pranam
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji, Dandavat
Pranam.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Prabhuji,
Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Hare
Krishna.
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Thank you,
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Prabhu,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Dhamma Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Hare.